going to force you to play in a half-court set. They're going to run the shot clock down offensively, so Stanford needs to box out, get these, not allow second chance opportunities.
Tip is controlled by Stanford, and we are underway here at Maples Pavilion. Here are the starters for Stanford. Same starters they had last time out. They are 3-0 on the season, 20-3 at home under Kyle Smith.
That's what the Ragin' Cajuns is going to force you to do, playing a half-court set. One shot and out. See if Stanford's going to be able to play defensively, because we know the Ragin' Cajuns will take the shot clock down.
Same 5 for Louisiana from their last matchup. They lost 88-62 at McNeese State, a fellow Louisiana program. And a nice jumper knocked down by Joshua Lewis. He's the highest recruited player ever to sign with Louisiana. Top 60 recruit. They never had one before.
Okpara did a great job defensively. That was better offense.
Okorie couldn't get the tough one to go, and then down low, that's a foul called against Louisiana.
And
no, pardon me, they're going to call that against Stanford.
I was going to say, because we know that the Ragin' Cajuns, they do foul a lot, which plays into the hands of Stanford. Initially, it looked like the call was going to go against the Ragin' Cajuns.
There you see Kyle Smith. They want to shoot free throws. Stanford last year set a program record for free throw percentage. That was against the grad transfer, A.J. Rahosi, who started as a walk-on for a couple of years for Kyle Smith at Washington State, went to Claremont Mudd Scripps, was a D3 All-American, and now this is his first year, a grad year at Stanford.
Stanford want to shoot free throws. The Ragin' Cajuns team shoot 24 free throws per game against their half-court set. And there's an offensive foul. First turnover of the game for the Ragin' Cajuns. They're going to play 94 feet. They're showing a 2-2-1 pester press.
Quantus White was talking to us about Joshua Lewis. He said, hey, I coached Jarris Walker. I coached L.J. Cryer. Walker with the Pacers and Cryer with the Warriors. I know what an NBA player looks like, and Joshua Lewis has that potential. What do you...
Keys to the game for Stanford is attack the Ragin' Cajuns offensively and create live ball turnovers.
Stanford plus 7 turnovers per game. That's one of the best marks in the ACC. Here's Okorie out to the right wing. Okpara, the Harvard transfer, second year on the farm. Wow, it's just swarming defense, and the turnover from the Ragin' Cajuns.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to shrink the court, force you to play in 47 feet. So far, so good.
A weave up top. Nice move by Woodson. Out. Laverne, right free throw line extended. Jumper knocked down by Devion Laverne. He's from Melville, Louisiana, just about an hour north of Lafayette. On the other end, Laverne trying to draw a foul. Gets called for the foul, but that is a big key. Talking to Quantus White, he has 9 players from Louisiana. He wants to own the state, and that is the backbone of this program. Players from the state of Louisiana. Of course, Quantus White grew up in New Orleans. First up for Stanford, Ryan Agarwal, who missed a game because of illness. He's been a little bit hurt this year. He was a key part for the Stanford attack last year. Had 29 starts, scored 7 points per game. This year, just 4 points on the season, but they're trying to get him going. A really good shooter from Texas.
You see they're jumping out on the ball screens. They're attacking it.
Foul will keep it here. Down low, I think they're going to get Evans on that one.
Again, we know Louisiana will foul. That's something that they're prone to do. Stanford to be patient on the offensive end. They will get opportunities to get to the free throw line. That's 3 fouls early in the first half.
Paul Sells, Michael Greenstein, Chris Pacey, the officiating crew tonight.
That's one area, Tim, when you get a lot of fouls, play aggressive defense, but your bench has to be long in that situation there because you're going to play a lot of players in this high active defense.
Kamet drives to the lane. That's a really tough shot. Rahosi couldn't get the second effort. It went all the way down and out. And the Ragin' Cajuns Finister, New Orleans native, gets the rebound. defense from Stanford. Cardinal still haven't scored. Gieler in transition, and he travels. But one of the keys to this game is going to be pace. Louisiana's in the bottom 15 in the country. Stanford last year was in the 200s, the low 200s in terms of pace. This year for Kyle Smith and company, they're 87th in pace. So Louisiana wants to play slow. Stanford wants to play fast.
Yeah, Stanford gets up 66 shots per game, while Louisiana gets 53 shots per game in 4 games this season.
Jackson Olvera is a Pepperdine transfer. Scored 27 against Gonzaga last year. Here's another foul against the Ragin Cajuns. Kyron Ratliff, another New Orleans native. It's the rare returnee, his 4th year with Louisiana. And already, I mean, 16:40 left in the first half. First 3 minutes and change of this game, there's been 4 fouls against the Ragin Cajuns.
And that's what we talked about. You're going to get opportunities due to their aggressive defense. You just have to be patient offensively.
Wow, finger roll from Okorie.
Okorie was able to get downhill, split the defense, and finger roller right over the front of the rim. Almost got the steal.
He's played 3 games at Stanford. 26 points, 29 points, 21 points. How's that for a start?
Been outstanding, as we talked about at the top of the telecast. 3 straight 20-point games since Tyrell Terry did it.
Going to the rim was Olvera. They're going to call side out. They might call free throws there. Okpara comes back in. He called that one against Gieler, by the way. Second team foul, first personal. Louisiana, much better start than the McNeese State game. They were trailing by 21 at halftime. Coach White said, that better be a wake-up call for us. He said, sometimes you get a loss like that will get the attention of your team. The lefty 3 long for Woodson.
And this is where Louisiana may struggle in terms of shooting the ball from behind the arc, simply because they put so much effort on the defensive end. It usually takes away your legs.
Just 30% for the season for Louisiana. Okpara, nice dish. Okorie 3 ball, left wing. 5 points for Stanford and all 5 from the incredible freshman from New Hampshire.
It's to be expected.
Al Smith called him our little superstar.
Stanford was able to weather the storm early.
The Elite 8 lost to Carmelo Anthony in Syracuse, but Coach White was telling me he owes a lot to Coach Shaw with Stanford and introducing him to Kelvin Sampson. Bonus White would play for Kelvin Sampson at Oklahoma, be a grad assistant for him. He played in the D League, not the G League. He played so long ago. He played in the D League, was a AAU coach for 10 years in New Orleans, and met back with Kelvin Sampson, 2017 at Houston, and he built that thing from the ground up into, right now, Houston is as good of a program as there is in the country. They've been in the top 3 the last 3 seasons, and he said with Louisiana, it's going to be similar to Houston in terms of it takes time to build a program.
Well, defense is all about effort and heart. It's something you have to build. You have to have the right character players that you spoke about earlier.
Traveling call, and Stanford turns it over. You see Louisiana on defense kind of speeding up Stanford, making the Cardinal play a little bit quicker than they want to. That's the 3rd turnover against Stanford.
As we said earlier at the top of the telecast, they're going to force you to play in 47 feet, take you out of your comfort zone. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable playing against this team.
What are your keys for Louisiana tonight?
Controlling the tempo and limit free throw opportunities.
Stanford superstar freshman Ebuka Okorie with 20 free throws already in just 3 games. There's a turnover against Louisiana. In for Stanford, Division II transfer, Jeremy Dent-Smith, got a BA in journalism from Cal State Dominguez Hills, 2-time first-team D2 All-American, averaging 7 points so far this year for Stanford. You coached at the D2 level, Dr. Wallace. How big of a jump is it from D2 to D1?
It depends on what conference you're going into. It's a big jump, however, but he's doing well since he's got up at this point.
Cameron down low, was fouled on his way up. And he'll have 2 free throws for Hayden Cameron, the redshirt sophomore from Massachusetts. Been a lot of Division II to Division I transfers. You think about Ben McCollum, he went from Northwestern Missouri State to Drake last year. He brought a bunch of his players, Northwestern Missouri State D2, Drake D1, and he went to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Now he's at Iowa. Kyle Smith was telling me he thinks with D2 players coming to D1, biggest challenge, defense. The second biggest challenge is rebounding, but he thinks you can get a lot of really good players. He would know it. He brought up Jalen Wells from Sonoma State to Washington State, and Jalen Wells last year for the Memphis Grizzlies was 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting.
I mean, you can find the diamond in the roughs. Oftentimes you get overlooked, so you take the chance to get to the D1 level, and it worked out. I always talk about Ben Wallace as well.
Hall of Famer Ben Wallace, Big Ben. Agarwal terminates. Out for Okpara. Oh, nice move. What a pass to Dent Smith. Great ball movement. Okpara open 3. That is how you move the rock.
Hockey assist. Okorie, but nice job to kick it out.
Nice touch pass by Dent Smith as well. He's averaging 3 assists per game off the bench, the Division II transfer.
You're understanding, knowing your offense and where your players are going to be, trusting that they will be there.
Olvera off balance, long jumper, no good. Rebound is tipped out of play. Well, that should go to Stanford, and Paul Sells comes over and they'll correct the call. Take another look at it.
And clearly, Jones Jr.
He's a transfer from Portland, grew up in Boothville, Louisiana, just south of New Orleans. Was the #1 player in the state of Louisiana in his class. And for this Louisiana team, that will be big in keeping their best players in state. Cameron hands off. Dent Smith at the logo. Better ball movement this last stanza for Stanford. They've made their last 3 shots. Dent Smith got a running start on it all the way to the hoop. Banks it in.
That's a nice job by Dent Smith. Shot clock was winding down. Was able to get a straight line drive. Stanford, great ball movement.
Louisiana going to call a timeout. It's a 6-0 run for Stanford. For buckets, they are up by 6. How do you beat this stingy Louisiana defense?
Well, how you beat the defense is man movement and ball movement. Look right, all 5 defenders are looking at Okorie, and then he says, you know what, I have my teammate. I'm going to rotate it out to Dent Smith. What does he do? All eyes are on him, rotates it over, wide open from behind the arc, Okpara with the 3-ball, bottoms.
Stanford's on a 6-0 run. Oh, nice power move, and the baby hook from Jeremiah Evans, 6'10", 210 from Shreveport, Louisiana.
And that's what you want to do in the half-court set. Run the shot clock down. But if you miss the shot, Tim, you get one shot at the rim. That's the only issue. There's a trap.
You see the energy from the bench from this new Louisiana coaching staff. It is a brand new day in Lafayette. Just 5 on the shot clock. Oh, nice pass. Cameron! That's it. Yeah, the ball went in anyways, but it was a goaltend.
And again, how you beat it is man movement and ball movement. Step through the double team, the trap. Find your open man. Open man needs to show his hands, show his jersey, show Stanford.
Stanford started this game 0 for 5 from the field. They've made their last 5 attempts.
Well, you have to get acclimated to this style of defense.
Dent Smith couldn't keep it alive.
Great defense by Dent Smith. Outside hand technique. Was not able to reel it in.
Stays with Louisiana. 11 on the shot.
And they all have to be pulling on one string, understanding for the common goal.
This Cajun staff saying they have a very tight team. This is a week in California for them. Nice off-balance jumper made by Olvera.
Olvera did a great job of putting his man in the spin cycle and elevating with a mid-range jumper.
Keeler finds Dent Smith. 3-ball, just off. A rare miss by Stanford. Jump ball called. They go to Louisiana. This is a great opportunity, though. They'll play Stanford, then Santa Clara, and they'll go up to Davis. But it's a week together in Northern California for this Ragin Cajuns team.
Yeah, defensively, Ragin Cajuns need to do a better job. Stanford is 5 out of their last 6. But again, they're going to wear you down.
Keeler steals it in the backcourt.
Keeler did a great job of picking up.
Dent Smith threw it up for Evan Stinson, who has been in and out of the lineup. He was hurt opening night, and they tried to go for the crazy alley-oop.
Keeler did a great job of anticipating, get the steal, but Collins kind of stood there, didn't come to the basketball to allow Keeler to step right in and get the steal.
Like, this is Evan Stinson's first action of the season. Stinson, 6'7", 205, hails from Cheney, Washington, in eastern Washington, just a little bit south of Spokane and Gonzaga. Makes the first.
Ragin Cajuns already with 16 fouls in their 3 losses, 24 fouls they average.
Well, Stanford is in the bonus for the remainder of this first half. There's 10:50 left in the half. Last one was against Collins.
So check that. It was updated to 17 fouls.
Yeah, so Stanford free throws here on out. Six-point lead for the Cardinal. This is not where Evans wants the ball, but he moved it in, banks it in with contact, and counted as he got the Belgian, Oscar Hilte, to a little bit behind the play.
Evans did a great job of turning a corner and getting to the rim and taking the contact, concentrating and finishing.
And Jeremiah Evans had 1 point on the season. Coming to this game, this is his 3rd start. And tonight he's got still 4. Couldn't get the free throw to go. 4-point lead for the Cardinal, 10.5 left in the first half.
Layups, putbacks, and free throws are important when you're on the road. There's a turnover in the backcourt. Euro step for the dunk.
Joshua Lewis, he has NBA potential, the highest signed recruit by far in Louisiana history.
We talked about those live ball turnovers. There was one for the Ragin Cajuns. A 2-2-1 run and jump. Now they're back in the zone defense.
Okpara, power move to the rim, couldn't get it to fall.
And there's another one of those fouls we talked about. That's number 8. Nice pass inside. Okpara puts on the floor, plays off of 2 feet. Just rims out. See here, there's the foul. Jump stop. Not able to finish. It's a great sign for Stanford as they will get to the free throw line.
Chisom Okpara has already attempted 18 free throws this year. He made over 100 free throws as a sophomore at Harvard. Okorie got a nice rest there.
This is where Stanford could take advantage because the Ragin Cajuns and their 3 losses, Tim, 23 free throws the opponents are shooting against them. So you will get opportunities to be patient offensively because they will foul.
Stanford 5 for 6 at the line. And again, they're in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Ratliff dribble handoff. Here's Lewis, the talented freshman.
That's great defense by Okpara, staying solid defensively.
Geeler almost got the steal. So Geeler kind of lurking around. Woodson didn't really see him.
So late shot clock, Geeler the thief tried to get another live ball turnover. Woodson was not anticipating Geeler coming from behind.
Michael Collins off balance, throws it up, no good. And an offensive rebound for the Ragin Cajuns.
This is what the Ragin Cajuns are going to do. They're going to have late clock in their offense. If they make it, it's fine. If not, there's another foul. That's another turnover. That's the 3rd turnover on this side of the floor.
That's 2 on Dorian Finister, one of their starters.
So Finister goes in, aggressive, drops the shoulder. Here's a 2-2-1 again, the run and jump. Look to see him get a turnover against Stanford. Stanford needs to get the ball in the middle of the floor, stay out of the corners. There's 12 trapping areas on the floor. Stanford needs to make sure they're in the middle of the floor, take away the trap.
Geeler between the rings. He was really key for Stanford last year. That's an errant pass all the way down. Michael Collins finishes it.
Another one of those live ball turnovers we talked about, putting pressure on the offensive end with high hands.
Michael Collins, first commit of the Quantis White era, freshman. Okpara strong to the hoop. And he got Ratliff to foul. That's 2 against Ratliff. So Ratliff, Evans, Laverne, all with 2 fouls, I should say. Finister as well.
Going to get a lot of opportunities, as we said earlier. They play handsy. They will foul you. You have to be aggressive going to the glass. Stanford is well on their way to 20-plus free throws. Okpara drives here. There's a foul, easy call.
Chisom, 6'8", 240, well built. Interned at Silicon Valley Commercial Real Estate with Benny Geeler and Hayden Kamen.
Ratliff, instead of going vertically A to A, went A to B. It's a foul for the official right in front for the call. Stanford at this point, Tim, just need to be aggressive.
Cardinal lead by 4, and the free throws are the difference. Stanford's made 7, Louisiana's made 1. Okpara with a game-high 7 now. Alvera, nice hesitation, dribble drive, tough move. He gets it to go with the foul on Geeler.
So Alvera did a great job of understanding he's more aggressive going to the glass, turn the shoulder on the smaller Geeler. See here, turns the corner as Geeler on his hip, plays through the contact.
That's 2 on Geeler. Stanford's been called for just 5 fouls, but 2 on Geeler. Rahosi with 2. Those are the 2 of the 5 starters for Stanford and 2 of their key players. So Dent Smith rechecks in.
See, Louisiana will employ their 2-2-1 again to slow Stanford down. 18 seconds on the shot clock.
And I say that Stanford's not even into their offense yet. Dent Smith attacks, reverses, extra pass, Agarwal, Okorie, 5 on the timer. Trying to make something happen, off balance, floater, no good. It did get the front of the rim, skying for that rebound, Lewis. Now the ball's loose on the floor, and 4 for 22 in the first half. Agarwal to the rim, couldn't finish.
Baseline out of bound plays are huge.
Lewis goes right to the rim. Couldn't get it to go.
Lewis went up anticipating contact. Needed to go right through the defender to force the official to make the call.
I mentioned the Ragin Cajuns, 4 for 22 against McNeese State in the first half last time out there. 8 of 14 so far today.
Stanford has only got up 13 shots so far. They average over 60.
Okpara. It is the type of game he likes. He's a really physical big, and he's got 9. Stanford 3-0. Ragin Cajuns 1-3 out of the Sun Belt. They were picked 9th in their league. They did get a first place vote. Now looked like there, Lewis kind of fell on his own, and Cayman's called for the foul.
That was great initial defense with the deflection here, and Cayman with the legs stuck out. That was the foul. Stanford did a great job initially on the defensive side, getting the deflection.
It's the first on Cayman. 16 fouls, so Louisiana is in the bonus as well. Lewis off balance, free throw line jumper off. Agarwal's done some nice work on the boards. He hasn't scored yet tonight, but he's got 3 rebounds already. Cayman over for Dent Smith, the D2 transfer. Agarwal, great shooter in the corner, couldn't get it to go. Tipped rebound by Cayman, ends up with Milan Mejia from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 4 years at Loyola, a non-Division I program, and lays it off for Lewis, who's got 6, a Ragin Cajuns high.
Lewis was able to get downhill, immediately shows his speed and athleticism.
And he's a freshman. He missed 3 months of practice because of an injury, just getting back to 100%. And they'll get Cayman for a quick second. And Cayman picks up those 2 fouls in about maybe less than a minute of game time. So now Stanford, 3 of their 5 starters have 2 fouls. Just call him moving screen here.
Yeah, Cayman, you can see here he moves, turns his back into Olvera. So it's going to take time. They came in ranked number 9 in the preseason rankings in the Sun Belt Conference, but defensively they're going to improve over the years and will get his type of players in.
Yeah, they think defensively they're a lot further ahead than offensively. They came into this game 40% from the field, 30% from deep. Tonight, 16 shots, 15 of them have been 2-point shots. Stanford in foul trouble. Here's a zone.
Yeah, Stanford came out in a 1-1-3 amoeba, and there's a foul by Olvera with the bucket. A great job of attacking the short corner, recognizing the zone. You see here, Olvera with the step back, mid-range, was able to knock it down. There's the foul, very high.
They got Agarwal for that foul, which is huge for Stanford because that's the first against Agarwal. Cayman was there too, and that would have been his 3rd. Tipped rebound ends up with Stanford.
Another missed free throw for Louisiana. You can't miss free throws on the road.
Louisiana takes the lead. Long 3. Cameron Grant knocks it down from way back there. He's taken 11 shots this year. 10 of them have been 3s. Olvera, really shifty guard. Takes the contact, too strong.
Olvera should recognize that Cayman on him. He has 2 fouls, so play pedestrian defense.
Louisiana's done a great job on Okorie, who has 5 points thus far. 12 on the shot clock as it goes out of play. It stays with Stanford.
One thing that Louisiana does well, they play with their hands high, get a lot of deflections. Live ball turnover, they want to play in the open court, but they also want to play in a half-court set as well. Wear you down defensively.
And Smith has to get that one all the way into the backcourt, just 10 on the shot clock. And Okorie looks like he wants to cook. Here he goes, and he gets the call on the way up. And Collins, I don't think he thought that was a foul from his reaction.
Okorie was able to get downhill, force the official to make the call. See here.
And put his hand in there.
The initial foul. Okorie's looking at the official. Collins says, you know what, I didn't foul, but the officials saw it otherwise.
Since 2019, Stanford's had, now with Okorie, 4 freshmen starts as true freshmen on opening night. Tyrell Terry, who was the 31st pick in the 2020 draft. Zaire Williams was a lottery pick. And Harrison Ingram, who's in the NBA as well.
Stanford has done a great job from the free throw line, 8 for 9, actually 8 for 10. I guess that's the broadcaster's jinx, 80% so far.
Cardinal retake the lead, 25-22. Finister with contact, too strong. Stinson giving Stanford some energetic minutes off the bench, got the rebounds. Hammond down low, up top. Okorie steps into a long 3, buckets. He's starting to heat up. He's got 9.
That's his second 3 ball. Nice job to finding the open man, stepping right in it, knocking it down from distance.
7-0 run for the Cardinal in the last minute and change. Hammond with the rebound, playing strong with 2 fouls.
Stanford starting to extend the lead.
You can see Okorie starting to get settled in. Grant from way back there. Cameron Grant with 2 long ones in this first half, and all of a sudden it's a 10-0 run for Stanford.
They're able to knock the shots down from distance.
Moving screen against Ratliff. That's his 3rd foul. Stanford trailed this one by 1, and a 10-0 run fueled by the fabulous freshman, Ebuka Okorie. And fueled by the 3-point shot.
Yeah, before the 10-0 run, Stanford was 2 for 5 from behind the arc. Now they're 3 for 4. Grant with 2, and Okorie with 1 as well. Grant with a career high in terms of threes. Movement. If you knock down shots from behind the arc, it forces defense to extend. Then it'll open up your driving lanes.
The Cardinal have gotten some really good minutes off the bench. Then Smith leaves it off. Grant, 3 ball, in and out.
Smith had Grant earlier on the 2-man game, came back to him. I like to see him get it to him early. He had a wide open 3.
Now Stanford is getting a vote in the AP poll. They got 1 point, which means 1 voter had him at 25. Stinson in transition. Okorie up for Stinson, and he gets it to go.
Vera lost his shoe. They ran the flare screen to him. That was the live ball turnover for the lob.
Evan Stinson.
Stanford now up by 11, Tim.
Evan Stinson from Eastern Washington. He has given the Cardinals some serious energy minutes. Here's Krister Skrinda, 6'10" forward, a freshman from Latvia, who comes in for the first time. Stinson called for the foul. Will be free throws here.
Here's the alley-oop here. Lays it soft off the rim. Okorie did a great job of leading him to the basket.
Dorian Finister, 1-1. 25 points last time out in 37 minutes. Honest White made a point to say in that last game where really Louisiana got blown out from the start against McNeese State. Finister was the guy who had no quit and played 37 minutes. He liked his fight.
Yeah, prior to that free throw, the free throw line was the 6th defender on the floor for Stanford. 1 for 2, 3 for 7. They're leaving points on the floor.
Stanford's done a nice job against Dorian Finister after that 25-point effort. That was his first point of the game. Dan Smith, 3 assists. Could he add another? Stinson, 3 ball, just off.
Great look by Stinson. Cross-court pass.
I mentioned a moment ago, Stanford is one of the lowest scoring bench points teams in the country. They've only got 1 starter out there right now. They look to push the pace. Okorie, hesitation, dribble drive. Nice feed. Dent Smith off the pass from Grant, off the back iron, long rebound. Okorie flies in for it. He has a step back three, rattles down.
So Okorie not quitting on the play, and you have a turnover by the Ragin Cajuns, knocked down this three ball from distance. Okorie didn't quit, was able to get the live ball turnover, lined up the three ball. Here's the initial shot, and right here, Okorie didn't quit on it. Lines up the three, was able to knock it down for his third three of the game.
Okorie's got 12. If he gets to 20, the last Stanford freshman to have 4 straight games with 20 points, Brook Lopez back in 2007. Brook is still doing his thing in the NBA. Grant off the pick and pop, couldn't get it to go.
Stinson did a great job of playing the two-man game with Grant as they're trapping the ball screen. Grant is slipping the screen, getting wide open shots.
Collins from Pearland, Texas, runs it up top. Seven on the timer. Collins took that one from way out there.
And that's what we talked about. Louisiana's going to run the shot clock down. One shot and out. There's a foul. Okorie going to the glass. He'll be shooting free throws.
That's 3 on Laverne. Kyle Smith asked him, does Ebuka Okorie remind you of anybody? He had a very good name from his days across the bay in the East Bay in Moraga with St. Mary's. He said Okorie might be a little bit bigger than him, but he really reminds him of Patty Mills, who won a couple of championships with the Spurs and had a very long NBA career.
Yeah, like Coach Smith said, he knew he was going to be good, but he didn't realize he was going to be this good this early in his freshman year. This is only his 4th official game. They played 5 games so far. The exhibition against the Oregon Ducks, victorious in that as well. So technically they're 4-0, but 3-0 on the game's count.
Okorie's got a game-high 14. And I think the most impressive thing is Lewis knocks down an off-balance jumper. He's a really talented freshman as well, but Okorie's not forcing anything out there. He's 4 for 7 for 14 points. The game is coming to him.
Okay, he's playing within the confines of the offense, finding his spots. His teammates know exactly where he's at. Shot clock gets down, he's your best option. He's able to deliver.
About a 6-second shot clock Gamecock differential. Then Smith, he gets to the rim. High bank shot, no good. And the rebound to Louisiana. Mejia tried to push it, too strong. Okpara was fouled. And Okpara is trying to argue he was in the act of shooting. I don't think he's going to get 3 free throws, but he'll get 2.
Dent Smith did a great job of not quitting on the play. We able to get the tap from behind. And there's the foul. Okpara is asking for 3 free throws. He'll get 2 nonetheless. But Dent Smith did a great job of not quitting on the play.
Well, I'm surprised they're letting him shoot these free throws. He's got blood on his right shoulder and all over his shirt. Normally, you got to clean that up. And I think one of the Louisiana players, Lewis, is commenting on that. You see it right there. And you look at his right shoulder as well. It looks like a little cut.
And I think it's Lewis who actually was cut on the play.
So pardon me, that's not a cut on Okpara's shoulder. That's the blood from Lewis. The first free throw is good for Okpara, who has been to the line quite a bit tonight. He's 5 for 5 at the free throw line.
14 personal fouls so far here in the first half.
Stanford's led by as many as 15. I mean, there's a few differences in this game. Free throws are 11-3 for Stanford. 3-pointers are 6-0. That's 18 more points. Okpara makes the second as well. He's got 11. Collins from half court couldn't get it to go. Louisiana really hung with Stanford for a lot of this first half, but the last 5:32 of the. Now Davion Laverne is in with 3 fouls for Louisiana. They're called for 14 fouls in the first half. Jeremiah Evans trying to bully his way in, and he gets the bank shot to go.
It's a grown man move inside. That's the first play they drew up, saying this is what we're going to run coming out of halftime.
Keeler steps into a 3 left wing, and you let him step into one, he's going to knock him down.
And he was saddled by fouls early in the first half. We need his shooting from behind the arc to extend the defense.
I wasn't a math major, but Keeler on this season, 9 for 18. I think that's 50%, right?
Sounds good to me.
Tip controlled. Okpara. Keeler takes a 3. Couldn't get the roll. There's Lewis, the talented freshman from Tampa, who gets the rebound.
Corey did a great job of recognizing Keeler, running up the right lane. Nice pass, and Keeler was not able to knock it down, but it was right on target.
Speaking of Keeler, that's his 3rd personal. Finister went right into him. And Jordan Finister rims in the first.
So the point of emphasis coming out of halftime is drive the ball to the rim. The first 3 shots by the Ragin Cajuns has been right at the rim.
Finister makes both free throws. Quantus White knew him growing up. When Finister was growing up in New Orleans, went to Washington Carver High School. Was very familiar with him, and got Finister to come over from Sam Houston State. Okpara, what a strong finish.
Stanford did an outstanding job of breaking the 2-2-1. The ball movement, Okpara put it on the deck. Was able to finish in front of the rim. He's continued to carve up the defense for the Ragin Cajuns inside.
Lewis, nice fadeaway jumper, so smooth.
And Lewis has done that a couple of times. That mid-range shot over his left shoulder has been automatic.
Kamen for Rahosi down low, who has not had to play much because of foul trouble. Speaking of foul trouble, Keeler's out, and Dent Smith back in. And
Stanford's doing a great job of rotating the basketball. Kane was able to go up high.
Evan,
right
yeah. Well,
elbows.
They called a jump ball, and that's a situation where Cal Smith could use a challenge. That was no jump. They just corrected it here in-house with the public address announcer. It was not a jump ball. So the arrow does not move. Stanford had it. Cardinal up by 14. First effort, no good. The second effort is down. A.J. Rahosi can get up.
That's a great baseline out of bounds play. Rahosi was able to get his rebound. Initially, he missed it. He was able to get the offensive stick back and finish the deal. That's the first opportunity that Stanford has scored. That baseline out of bounds play. You know, Tim, I always say if you can score 4 to 6 points on baseline out of bounds plays, it's like field goals in football.
That's kind of special teams.
Absolutely.
Rahosi got his finance degree from Washington State, got a master's degree from Claremont Mudd Scripps. He's here at Stanford as a grad student, started as a walk-on at Washington State for Kyle Smith. Here's an air ball from Finister.
I tell you what, Kamen did a great job initially with stopping that drive, forcing the Ragin Cajuns to reset the offense. Those are little plays that you really don't talk about, but that was a great defensive job of sliding his feet and stopping the initial drive.
Laverne's playing with 3 fouls. Out for Lewis. Into the lane. What a finish from Joshua Lewis.
So Lewis is definitely in his bag. Right to left, took the contact, flipped it over his right shoulder for the layup, the left hand.
Has a Louisiana high 12. Corey's got a game high 14. He's operating. Kamen up, Rahosi again. I mean, he was gets way up. He had earlier this year just a wicked dunk on a drive. A.J. Rahosi's got some hops.
He did a great job of playing on the second side. A missed shot by Cam. I'm sure Cam was going to say that was a pass, but Rahosi nonetheless will have an opportunity to shoot free throws.
It's been an interesting journey for Rahosi. I mentioned walk-on Washington State, Claremont Mudd Scripps, picked up his master's degree there. This is just his 42nd career game.
Rahosi's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Love to have your bigs be able to knock down free throws.
Stanford heading into tonight, one of 76 undefeated teams in Division I. Rahosi missed all 3 free throws he's had so far today. Okpara stepped out of play as he trying to save that one.
Coach Kyle Smith is applauding the effort by Okpara as it went out of bounds. Took a seat on the bench.
Be interesting to see how Stanford lines up in ACC play. They went 11-9 last year. That will not happen this year. 100% we know it won't happen because there's only 18 games in the ACC this year. Last year there was 20. Cardinal went 9-1 at home, 2-8 away from Tara Vanderveer courts. And winning on the road, learning from that first year in the ACC big. They went from 20 to 18 teams. They'll play 2 teams, Stanford will twice. They'll play Cal and Notre Dame twice, and they miss Syracuse.
Grant did a great job initially on defense with high hands.
Olvera off balance, left elbow short. Another tip rebound, and it ends up with Finister, who scoops it in.
Finister, right man, right spot. Allows the Ragin Cajuns to get into this 2-2-1 pester press.
What'd you call it, a pester press?
Pester press.
I kind of think like all presses are kind of pestery. Kevin Okorie, extra pass. Grant from the corner, knocks it down. Cameron Grant has 9.
Stanford did a great job of rotating the ball to the second side of the floor. So the pester press, basically you just wanted to reduce the time in terms of offensive opportunities. You're not looking to take the ball, you're looking to just slow down the offense.
Grant from deep. Oh. Student section behind us is ready to go crazy. Dent Smith. He's long. And Cameron Grant last year had 18 points in the season. He's got 9 tonight.
Stanford up by 15 again.
Jones Jr. with a head of steam. Blocking foul called. So they'll have 2 free throws after the break. Cameron Brandt's 3 threes off the bench. A big reason why Stanford leads by 15 here at Maples. Off the bench, he's got 9, all from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he's 3 for 6, 2 in the first half, follows up 1 in the second half, and pass right there. Bottoms, 10 toes behind the line. And this is a kid that didn't play last game. So didn't play last game, played in 10 games all of last season, and he's halfway to his career high in terms of points total last season of 18.
And Stanford, they came into this game averaging just about 14 points per game from their bench. That was 347 of 361 Division I teams. They've got 15 tonight, and Grant's got 9 of them. First free throw down for Todd Jones Jr., transfer from Portland to the WCC from Boothville, Louisiana, just south of New Orleans. Splits the free throw. Stanford up by 14.
Ragin Cajuns still struggling from the free throw line.
Okpara just fell, that's the first misstep he's had all game. He's been fantastic. Okorie, no look pass. Grant gives up the 3. 6 on the shot clock. Chisom Okpara taking him himself and saying, don't worry guys, I got this.
Okpara broke out his do-it-yourself kit, came to a 2-foot jump stop. I love players when they come to the 2-foot jump stop. It gives you a lot of options. He's able to use the jump hook.
Jones reverses up top for Collins, a really talented freshman from Texas. Vera, 6 on the shot clock, right free throw line extended jumper off, and the rebound to Dent Smith.
Stanford has to be pleased with their half-court defense this evening, committing on the defensive end.
Grant got a look there for a moment early in the shot clock, gave it up. Okpara, that was a brilliant pass, and he was fouled as he went up. He was trying to find Oscar Hilte, the 6'10 freshman from Belgium.
But that's a byproduct of his ability to shoot the ball from behind the arc, the shot lift drive to the rim. The foul was on the pass.
The foul was against Ratliff, that's his 4th. And there's Oscar Hilte, the Belgian freshman.
So that's the second baseline out of bounds that they scored on this end of the floor. So we talked about 4 to 6 points. There's your 4.
$18-point lead for the Cardinal. It's their biggest of the game. Finister off balance and just throws it up, and a little bit of a bailout call there.
So here's the slipping of the screen. The baseline out of bounds play, nice recognition. Stanford scored their 4th point of the baseline out of bounds play.
There's Hilte from Bilsen in Belgium, right on the Dutch border. Keeler checks back in with 3 fouls. Went to Belgium once, and excellent waffles, which you expect. Great chocolate as well. 2 things that are right up my alley.
So one area of concern when you look at the Ragin Cajuns, they do like to run late shot clock. Again, it's one of those situations, if they make it, it's great. If they don't, they get one opportunity at the rim.
Geeler to inbound for Stinson. Geeler, senior from Palos Verdes Estates. The Rolling Hills Prep is a preferred walk-on at Stanford and has been very big for the Cardinal over the last 2 seasons.
So as the Ragin Cajuns are trapping that ball screen, they need to flash someone right to the middle of the floor, step through. You have a 2-on-1 situation.
Dent Smith trying to beat the clock, couldn't get it to go. Stanford trying to get a little bit more distance. They're up by 17, but a reach in there. That's against Jeremy Dent Smith, his 1st. 14th foul against Stanford already.
Dent Smith got his hands in the cookie jar on that foul.
Overa, nice slippery move for the Pepperdine transfer.
Vera did a great job. I think he got away with a false step. The official didn't see it that way.
Juan Sweat was saying, we saw Gonzaga in the NCAA tournament, and he put up, Jackson Olvera put up 27 against them. Keeler, off balance, 3's no good. Juan Sweat, it was interesting. He got hired before the NCAA tournament, so during the tournament, he was the associate head coach for Houston, who lost in the national championship game to Florida. He was also working on his transfer portal class and working.
A late start.
You ask somebody about building programs, I mean, you ask Kyle Smith. He went to Columbia, built them from the ground up, brought San Francisco back into prominence in the WCC, and then Washington State, his last year with the Cougars, they won an NCAA tournament game, which does not happen very often in Pullman. And I think Keeler forgot you're not allowed to run the baseline there. Ran it, and that is a violation.
And Coach Smith will have.
After the held ball, you can't run the baseline. Benny Keeler, you saw a look on his face. He was like, oops. Corey's back in. 14 points and 3 assists for the fabulous freshman. Olvera collects in the backcourt. Started 7 games for Pepperdine down in Malibu last year. Blocked by, well, we thought so, by Hilte, but we're going to get a foul on Stinson. So it was clean up top, but Stinson had the foul down low.
Well, Vera got downhill. 2 opportunities to call fouls. Hilte goes up high. I think it is Stinson with the foul on the body.
Vera now with that free throw made. 3 for 5 on the day. And 8 for 11 on the season from the free throw line.
Plays extremely aggressive. He does have experience playing at the collegiate level.
Corey, one thing we were talking about during halftime that's impressive about this freshman, he plays with so much cool out there.
He's able to change directions, play at his own pace. You're not able to speed him up, and that's important.
Lewis is called for his 2nd personal. He's the star freshman for Louisiana. But look at him, he puts his hand in there, and Okorie knows what to do.
Plays way beyond his years, and he's only going to get stronger.
He's already taken 24 free throws in his Stanford career. These are 25 to 26 in terms of attempts. That is excellent. 4th in the country in scoring, 1st among freshmen. Makes that free throw. He's got 16. I mean, it's 26, 29, 21 in terms of his first 3 games, and 16 so far for the Nashua, New Hampshire native.
And he's not afraid to play defense as well. And you like that about him, playing both sides of the ball.
Evans spins onto his right hand and misses it strong. Speaking of strong, Okpara, solid 240 pounds to Okorie. 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. Vera, spin move with contact, blocked out of play.
Not giving up a 3.
Last time Stanford did not give up a 3, as they're going to get Rahosi for his 3rd personal before that ball was even inbounded. Already the 6th team foul, so it is free throws from here on out for Louisiana. But last time Stanford did not give up a 3-point shot, 3-point make, I should say, November of 2018 against Middle Tennessee State. Louisiana came into this game at 30% from deep. They haven't taken a lot of threes. They've only taken 4. They've taken 33 twos. Okpara gets the board.
And that's to be expected. A team that plays in the half court defensively, they have to gain their identity.
Rahosi just bullies his way for 2 points.
Rahosi did a great job of taking the contact, as you mentioned. Dipped his right shoulder, jump hook over his right shoulder.
Because of foul trouble, AJ's only played 8 minutes. He's got 4 points and 5 rebounds in those 8 minutes. Lewis traveled.
Yeah, Lewis with the suitcase violation. You can't bring your bags on the floor for the travel. Easy call for the official.
17-point advantage for Stanford. They've led by as many as 18. Okpara drives the baseline against Woodson. Nice defense. Okpara just floats over him. Can't get the roll. It'll stay here. Rahosi was working hard down low. And I think they're going to get Evans with the foul. They will. That's his 4th.
And you see the fouls are starting to pile up. Okpara jump stop in the lane.
You saw him grabbing the jersey.
There's the foul.
And look down there. Evans has a fistful of Rahosi's jersey. So Evans with 4, Laverne with 4, and Ratliff with 4. Those are 3 of the main rotation bigs for Louisiana.
We know they commit a lot of fouls so far, 19.
Spin move from Rahosi, trying to get to his left hand. He does, and he couldn't get it to roll down.
Rahosi will not be denied playing inside. Step through. Tried to kiss it off the window with his left hand. Showed his patience. Now let's see if he can knock down the free throws.
Played 1 year at Claremont Mud Scripps. Averaged a double-double. Free throws have been an issue for Rahosi. He is in this game 0 for 4 for the season, 3 of 14. There we go.
I mentioned earlier, if you get a big man can knock down free throws, it bodes well.
Stanford up by 18. Just feel like they're like 1-6-0-7-0 run from delivering the knockout punch. Lewis, nice athletic move. This kid is sharp, the freshman with 14.
Yeah, Lewis came off a pin down screen. Was able to get inside the lane and kiss it off the glass.
Grant catch, fire, 3 long.
This is a pivotal part for the Ragin Cajuns if they have any opportunities to pull out a victory.
This West Coast trip, really a Northern California trip. They've got Stanford. They'll stay in the same hotel. They'll face off with Santa Clara next, and then they'll drive up to Davis, face off with the Aggies. It's our next broadcast, by the way, UC Davis and Stanford women on Thursday. Our next broadcast here on ACC Network from Maples Pavilion. Stanford women 5-0. Stanford men 10 minutes and 6 seconds away from a 4-0 start. It'd be the second straight 4-0 start for Kyle Smith, who is 20-3 here at Maples Pavilion. They went 9-1 in the ACC. They only lost to Wake Forest last year here at Stanford.
You always have to protect your home court. You like to be at least 90% at home, 75, 80% on the road if possible.
Oh, that would have been an acrobatic make from Okorie, who's going to get 2 free throws.
Okorie gets downhill, really crafty with the basketball, flipped it off the glass with his left hand. Shows his ability to score in the painted area as well as from behind the arc.
First is down for Okorie, who came in 85% at the free throw line. And you see the success for Stanford last year, their most wins in quite some time. Kyle Smith, 17-3 at home, as I mentioned, 9-1 in the ACC. 21 wins. Stanford lost by 2 in the quarterfinals of the ACC tournament to Louisville. If they won that game and maybe won another, I think they would have had a very good chance to make the NCAA tournaments. Offensive foul on Finister.
So another one of those turnovers on a moving screen. Stanford now has an opportunity to go up by 20.
Okorie, so smooth, what a pass, and Cameron flushes it down.
Okorie did a great job of what they call dragging the man out, finding his teammate for the dunk.
Tough make from Finister, who's got 8. Okorie coast to coast, counter the foul.
So Okorie first with the pass, now with the finish inside. Again with his left hand, showing he can use both hands. Jumps through, athletic. Plays much bigger than his size.
There's the replay. The free throw was no good, but it is 20 for Okorie. This one all of a sudden is wide open. Finister makes one. It's a track meet. Grant, 3-ball left wing! Cameron Grant with 4 triples, and Stanford leads by 21.
And Gieler did a great job after the made basket to push the tempo. Stanford wants to play much faster this year than last.
Finister got it to go.
They've been running that action all evening long. That's the first time they was able to get a layup.
You bring up a good point, Dr. Wallace. Okorie. Oh, no look pass to Okpara, who goes to the hoop, gets it to roll in. 17 for Okpara. But it's just, I was We'll take another look at this.
So although Okpara was able to score, Kamen was the reason why, because he screened his man down low who could not come over and help.
I'm talking about pace. Stanford playing a little bit slower, or faster, pardon me, this year. Maxime Renault, their 7-footer from France, who was drafted by the Sacramento Kings. You lose a big like that, you have Okorie who can move. Kyle Smith was telling me a lot of these bigs like Okpara love to run. So he switched to this personnel, and they're playing at a much faster pace.
So you can see here, here's Kamen sealing off inside. Look right here. He seals off the defender who could not come over on the help side.
It's played by Hayden Kamen. He's had a really nice game tonight down low, and he is one of the bigs for Stanford. He's going to be relied on throughout this year. Woodson, lefty, finish, very sharp for his first bucket tonight.
Woodson was able to put his man in his spin cycle, jump hook over his right shoulder. Louisiana now in a zone.
No way, oh man. Okorie was trying a wild shot. Even he, who's usually pretty calm, was smiling at that one. Another big game from Ebuka Okorie. He's got 20, a career high 12 from Cameron Grant, and Stanford has opened up a 20-point lead.
Yeah, he's playing outstanding. He's electric. He can score at 3 levels, actually 4 levels. I love the hop overs, like the skip and the finish with his left hand. He can take the contact. He can play in space. He can play in a phone booth. 20 points, 7 from 9 from the free throw line, 3 for 5 from behind the arc, 5 for 9 overall, 20 points. The first freshman since Brook Lopez, 2007, he scored 20 points in 4 straight games. Congratulations.
Yeah, Brook in his 18th season in the NBA with the Clippers, his first year down in LA with the Clippers. He was on the Nets, the Lakers. Won a championship, was really key for the Milwaukee Bucks back in 2021. And one thing about Brook Lopez that's incredible, I mean, he's a guy who didn't take a three-point shot for 6 or 7 years, and now he's one of the best three-point shooters by percentage in the NBA.
He definitely reinvented himself.
What's incredible about Okorie, he's a freshman, he's got 22 points. If he didn't score again, his average would go down. He's got 25 a game coming into this one.
Stanford showing a little 3-2 zone plus.
Off balance, nice smooth jumper from Laverne. Averages 10 a game. That was just his second bucket. He's got 4 fouls tonight. It's Cameron Grant. He had 18 points all of last year, 5 points so far this year. He has 12 tonight. And he's open again. Grant! Yes, sir, that's 5 triples.
Okorie does a great job of initiating the offense, getting 2 feet in the paint.
And you see how he drags defenders with him, too.
I mean, that's the key. I mean, he's able to see. It's like he has eyes in the back of his head.
Woodson traveled. They did not call it the first time. They'll call it the second time.
Yeah, the official heard you call it. That's why. Okorie now up to 20 points.
And he wants more. See, all 5 sets of eyes are on him. And that lets a great three-point shooter like Agrawal get a good look. And Kyle Smith is fired up after that one. Well, Ryan Agrawal is a great shooter, and that is his first bucket of the season. He's dealt with illness, some injuries, and Kyle Smith was really fired up for that 3.
Okorie creates a lot of gravity towards him. So you're going to be open. You just have to have your hands ready, be in a shooting position, because he will find you.
Corey's going to get to the line again as the Ragin Cajuns have been past the limit for a bit. Double bonus here for Ebuka. There's Agrawal, who is a really good shooter, and I think we'll see it. Kyle Smith was fired up. I don't know what you could say. Kyle, yeah, he put his hands up and gave a little bit of a fist pump. You know, you've been there for a guy like Ryan Agarwal last year. He scored 7 points per game. Those were his first points of this season in Game 4. And Kyle Smith sees him day in, day out, put out so much effort, and you see the coach's reaction here.
Well, he sees how he works hard in practice, and he's rewarded. Okorie did a great job of seeing his teammate in the corner and delivering a pass spot on.
This is Stanford's biggest lead, 25. Woodson knocks down a three. It's the second three for Louisiana in this game. Grant puts it up again. Couldn't get the roll, but down low, Cameron has put in a lot of work. He's got 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, but he's been bigger than his numbers tonight.
Yeah, he's been playing on both sides of the basketball. Got into the fouls early, which took him off the floor, but he's been relentless so far.
One thing, too, for the Stanford shooters, Benny Gieler, Ryan Agarwal, Cameron Grant we've seen tonight. Cameron is a really good shooter. If you're playing with Ebuka Okorie, you are going to get some open looks.
Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, the gravity that he creates on the floor, he does a great job of recognizing. He plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up. Doesn't turn the basketball over.
The other thing we have failed to mention, he's got 3 steals per game. That is leading the ACC. Stanford as a team has done a really good job with steals. Hayden Cameron came into the game the only team player in the ACC with 2 steals and a block per game as he made both free throws.
And he's a willing defender. Wants to play, wants to be great every possession, offense and defensively.
I think Agarwal might have gotten a finger to the eye. Stanford leads by 24. Good defense there from one of the players off the bench just coming into this game, Michael Mouton, sophomore from Lafayette, Louisiana, playing for his hometown team.
Stanford's bench has been huge.
Stanford was bottom 15 in the country in bench points coming into tonight. They've got 26 in this one. Woodson, 3 is long. And Agarwal was going for the rebound. He was fouled, so Ryan Agarwal gets 2 free throws here. Agarwal, that was his first made bucket of the year. He's had a few free throws, 4 for 4 at the line.
Stanford still maintain their plus 18 from behind the arc. 11 for 28, shooting at 39%. Ragin Cajuns 2 for 8. Interesting enough that the Ragin Cajuns shooting 50% from the floor. So overall, you say that's a great shooting percentage. But 2 for 8 has been their demise, and 9 for 15 from the free throw line.
Look what's coming up for Stanford. I have the broadcast for you here on ACC Network Extra with Seattle. Then we'll go down to Palm Desert to face off with Minnesota, then potentially the winner of the loser of Santa Clara St. Louis. Let's see how that first game goes. Portland and UNLV also at Maples Pavilion. They'll go to San Jose State, have Colorado in Phoenix.
You know what's also interesting, Tim, is that the Ragin Cajuns, we'll talk about after this play here.
Okorie, foot was on the line. That's a 2-point shot. It's the longest possible 2-point shot you can make, and it's a 28-point lead for Stanford. Okorie's got 26.
And if you're looking at analytics, that's a bad shot. To get that toe right behind the line. But as I was mentioning, on their 3 losses on the road, they give up 82 points a game. Currently Stanford, 87. Recipe for success for Stanford.
Just beating the clock. Joshua Lewis, he's a freshman, the highest signed recruit in Louisiana history. Grant, 3-ball, right wing, in and out. Okpara, the offensive board, and it rims in. 17 for Chisom. Pardon me, 20 now. Binister into the front court. This is the biggest lead for Stanford, 28. Healer, just 17 minutes tonight. He's had some foul trouble. Okpara thought about it. He's feeling it. Okpara with contact, banks it in. Give Chisom 22. That's a new Stanford high for him.
So Okorie with 26, Chisom with 22.
And Okpara had 26 against Holy Cross when he was at Harvard. He had 21 opening night against Portland State for the Card this season. That was his Stanford high in year 2. Laverne has 6 all in the second half. 30-point lead was short-lived. Okpara, why not? Heat check, in and out. You see Louisiana still playing hard. And the second effort down for Woodson.
Okorie is always able to get that steal right in front of us.
And Cal Smith wants a timeout. 2:15 remaining in the game. It'll be our final mandatory timeout as well. Stanford well on their way to a 4-0 start. The super freshman, Ebuka Okorie, on fire again tonight. He's got 26. NCAA tournament before Houston went on that run to the national championship game. We got 6 seconds of basketball, and guess what? We got a break. So free throws for Ryan Agarwal after our final mandatory timeout. I lied. This is our final mandatory timeout. 91-65, Stanford leads Louisiana. Free throws as we're down the stretch here at Tara Vanderveer Courts. First is down for Ryan Agarwal, who knocked down his first bucket of the season. He was a key part of Stanford last year, made 29 starts, scored 7 points per game. He's a fourth-year junior. He got a red shirt. Only played 22 games his first 2 years. He's a great, great shooter. 7 for Agarwal, who did start opening night. He's dealt with an illness and some injuries. Mejia, fifth-year transfer from Loyola New Orleans, non-Division I school. Agarwal has done a really good job on the boards. That's his 6th rebound. For the game, Stanford is +9 on the glass.
Stanford has been doing on both sides this evening, this rugged defense of the Ragin Cajuns. Defensively, Cajuns did exactly what they want to do. They want to reduce the opportunities you get to shoot the ball.
First action tonight for Jalen Thompson, the Oakland native. Shot clock violation. That one went through the hands of Christers. Screened up from Riga and Latvia. It's been 7 Latvian NBA players, including Kristaps Porzingis, Andres Beatrins, the Warriors legend, Davis Bertans. It is, we were just told, it is Latvian Independence Day. Oscar Hirte, freshman from Belgium, into the game as well for Stanford. Agarwal, it's his 7th rebound.
Yeah, he's been relentless on the glass.
Under a minute left here at Stanford. Agarwal try to set up Screenja, and that one is just out of his reach.
Hilte recognized the high-low, just led his teammate a little bit too long for a turnover.
Now those 2 freshmen from Europe, both 6'10", both will have a role for Stanford this year as Laverne gets to the free throw line.
Ragin Cajuns continue to play hard. That's going to be the DNA and the motto. Defense first. The offense will come around.
First free throw in and out, and a big round of applause here. Ethan Kitch, the sophomore from Palo Alto, went to Gunn High School. Did get to play against Montana, and he'll get 30 seconds to play here against Louisiana. in the student section behind us. Very excited to see Kitch in this game. There's a 3/10 second difference, so Stanford will maybe get a shot here for Kitch. And they're trying to get it to him. Two-man game with Agarwal. Agarwal, hesitation, dribble drive. Kitch, he's got a three on the way. No! But Stanford, some smiles, some laughs. That could be the case when you turn 4-0.